Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm gonna bring up my bro. Hi. How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, guys, we are kicking off this Thursday because Angel's gonna be joining us a little bit later, and so is Mr. Markey. So you have us. Let's take over. Um, We also looks like we have another one of the dudes here. Hi, son.
Hello, people.
How are you today?
I'm doing all right. How are you all?
Good.
That's great.
Amir, why don't we just dive on in? Do you have some of the questions?
Oh wait, I'm about to pull them up right now.
You guys asked so many questions.
Oh wait,
Like
so many.
so many questions. I was going through the spreadsheet and I didn't even read half of them. Yeah. I couldn't.
Let me see. Oh, come on now. Getting so many questions, it don't even want to open the document. Okay, here we go.
Oh, you got it.
I mean, because the responses were overwhelming, and we definitely appreciate that because that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
we needed, and that's what we definitely wanted. We wanted you to participate. We wanted you to be a part. Wanted your voices to be heard, and y'all made sure that y'all voices were definitely heard.
Listen.
Oh, we okay. So, all right. So let me see which one we want to dive into first.
Okay.
Okay. So let me check. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one to start off with.
All right,
So
let's go.
this first question that I'm gonna start off with says, "Is being too independent a turn off?"
Oh,
Oh,
that's a good question.
that is that's good.
Is
Gab, you
being
want to go
too
first?
um I mean, I think okay, so I'm gonna answer from two different perspectives.
Gotcha.
If I'm looking for a man, no. Like I would like for you to be independent. Yeah, it's give and take. So like the relationship, I should be able to help you out. You should be able to help me
Absolutely.
out. Like, there's stuff going on there. But I'm not into that. Okay. It's not that I am not submissive. I
Okay.
am, and I understand that. But there's a line. And so like we share the household, dude. So,
Mm-hmm.
let's act accordingly. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to you, and my husband is going to be the head of my household. So yes, in ways I will listen to you. But being too independent, like making decisions without me, okay, let's chill. Now, from a woman's perspective, I feel like I feel like because I am so independent, it does turn guys off.
Woo.
I feel like they want me to be this little damsel in distress, and I'm not
Uh-huh.
that person. Like I was raised by single women, so single strong women at that.
Right.
So I don't have that. Oh, let me act like I am. No, I'm just like I just put my chair together today. I put a bookshelf together at the beginning of like
Hey, Gab.
I'm not like dependent. I'm very independent.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like it's a turn off.
Okay. Well, in my perspective, I said a while ago, but if you are too independent and it turns into bitterness, that's a turn off. That's
Yeah.
very unattractive in a way to where I understand. People say, "I don't need you, I want you." And me in a relationship, I
Yeah.
want you to want me, not need me. But when it starts becoming, "Oh, I don't need a man, nothing, I don't need this," and it's like, baby girl, I don't want you to need me. Like I want you to want me like I want you. But
Yeah.
don't let your independence, I would say, don't let your independence stumble into bitterness because then it's a complete turn. And that's both male and female. Because male, sometimes we gotta sometimes we need that little razzle dazzle from a woman. We need that female perspective. We need that outlook. And we want it. Though we don't say it all the time, though we don't mention it often, we do want that. I was having a conversation with Angel one time and she was like, you dudes get on my nerves. She was like, y'all swear y'all don't want female friends. Y'all swear y'all don't need female friends. But look at you. And I'm like, I have. But praise God.
But it's true.
It is.
It's true.
It is. What you think, Sean?
You pretty much said what was on my mind. I think that in a relationship, it's good to have your own independence, because we all need our individuality. Because again, you can get lost in someone else and forget who you are. But being too independent, it feels like, for me at least, for both genders, when you're too independent, it makes the other person feel like they're not needed anymore or they're not wanted because they can do bad all by themselves and they don't need you. So it's like, why am I here? So I just think that, you know, keep your individuality, but also make sure that you're making time for each other so that you both continue to feel wanted and needed in whatever relationship they may be, whether that's a romantic relationship or a friendship.
That's good.
Period.
That's good. I mean, sum it up, man. Yes, sir. All right. So the next question that I see on here that really caught my eye. I'm going to change the last one to spouse. So it says, it says, why do y'all? So I'm going to read it like they wrote it. Why do y'all look for y'all's friends' approval for a spouse or a significant other? So why do you care about so much what your friend says in order to move forward with the relationship?
So, I mean, I guess we can. So I typed it as, why do men look for your friends' approval in a spouse, right? So, like, because we're asking the dudes, I don't have the answer. You guys take that one first. I know why I would look to my friends and family.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys take that.
So for me, I would say the reason why, now it depends on how long we've been friends. Now, if it's my childhood friends who I consider my family, their approval means a lot because they know me for real. Of course, they've known me longer than you have, but it's important to not get their approval. Now, I'll clear that up. I don't think we look for their approval. We just look to see if they can, vibe out. And it's like, scope it out a little bit because I know I have friends who have come to me and be like, Mary, what you think? And I'm like, no, bro. Like, no, that's just that's a absolute no. Even with female friends, they'll be like, what do you think about? And of course, like my really close female friend, like I'll say for instance, Gabby. Like if Gabby was to come in, I'd be like, no, from the rip, just because Gabby's my sister. So I don't. I'm just gonna say no. It could be Barack Obama. I'm saying no. Nobody's gonna know for my sister. Listen, but I think I look for approval, or I just want to run past my friends because, like I said, they know me. They know my ins and outs, and they know what's best for me. And if you have a good friend circle, they'll know what's best for you, and they're not just gonna tell you whatever you want to hear. They're like, nah, bro, we know something about her, or we know she's not good for you, or we know you're not good for her. We have to have those friends that'll tell you, no, you're not finna mess up her life because you want to be out here being stupid. And now this girl is sitting up here crying in the wee hours of the night. So yeah, I think we just want to run it past. We don't necessarily need or want their approval. We just want to run it past our friends. Make sure it's good. Sean?
No, you don't have anything on this one.
What will be your response, Gab? Why do you go to your friends?
So Sid said something in the comments. Friends see the red flags first. That is definitely
Definitely true.
like that's not one of the reasons. But I would also say so. I talk to I would ask my girls just because they know me, like you said, like they know me in ways that a lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I want to know what they think. And I even ask, so I am quicker to ask my guy friends what they think before I ask my girlfriends what they think.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I'm more of a tomboy, number one, and so I relate better and easier to guys, and some of my
Okay.
guy friends know me better than my girlfriends, and so they'll
You
be
one of
quick
the
to be like,
dudes.
"Nah, that's not you," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
um, but yeah, like they can just tell right off the bat, like, "Nah, not that one." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Okay," and
Right.
I take it like I trust my friends, and so every guy that my friends have said no to, like, no, that's not the one, has proven himself to not be the
Exactly.
one. And so I'll always go to my friends and my family, not necessarily for the approval,
Mm-hmm.
but just to make sure I'm not walking down the wrong path, because when you like somebody, you can kind of be a little blind, a little stupid,
Yes. Yes.
and I don't have time.
Nobody got time to be blind out here. If you blind, that's no shade to you.
I'm so sorry.
Listen, let me clear that up real quick. If you are blind, I apologize. I do not mean it like that. Nobody has time to be blind in love.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Okay. Where's that question? This is a good one. What is a deal breaker for most men? So
Oh,
this question caught my eye
okay.
but I'm gonna let Sean, you want to answer first? Yeah, come on, then.
Deal breaker for me is femininity. I know I said that, I jacked that word up, but I love a feminine woman. Someone who is woman and can be woman in her woman, if that makes sense. Also, to me, the basics. If you can't really communicate, if you're a liar, if you don't, if you just don't have like a vibe about you, I really don't want you around me because I don't have time to be in a boring space all the time. I'm boring by myself. Why would I need another person to be boring? So, yeah.
My deal breaker, and all you rough riders, past rough riders, flame chat, y'all don't say nothing in these comments. But my deal breaker is hygiene. If you, Gabby, if you don't have good hygiene, you gotta go. You gotta dip. And I don't want to necessarily be rude and say like, but I do like a nice smile. So I need you to have your grippers, together. I need that mouthpiece. I need that mouthpiece to be together.
Ooh.
Praise God. So please don't smell bad. Please have good hygiene.
Ooh.
Have your teeth together.
Thank you.
And I like another deal breaker would be if you're an energy sucker. Like if you just zap the
Ooh.
energy out of any situation. I can't, because I
Ooh.
like to have fun. I like, as you know, Gil, I like to clown. So I can't take if you bring the entire mood down, including mine. You're not the one.
Yeah.
You're not the
Don't
one.
be a
What
Debbie
you
Downer,
yeah,
please.
they
Kari
absolutely not.
Foster asked, they can't have the gangster girls.
Oh no, 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 God no. Listen, my grandmother always taught me be true to your teeth before they become false to you. So I need you to be true to them things before you gotta take them out and put them in a cup at 27. So yeah, be.
I'm so sorry. Who let me and Amir lead this segment?
I mean,
Whose bright idea was this?
this wasn't a good one.
Oh,
I
thank you,
promise it
God.
wasn't a good idea. But no, that's some of the things that those are deal breakers. Like if you can't smell good, like I need your worst day to still smell good. So yeah, what's
Right,
your deal breakers? Dudes,
Ooh, so you guys can all probably guess it, but hair, like you don't have to have a lot of hair, but you do have to like take care of your hair. You have to take care of it, get a haircut.
no
Have
3-in-1
it done. You have
shampoos.
longer hair. Huh?
No 3-in-1 shampoos. All right, sorry.
I'm just it okay, so here's the thing. Oh, I'm not gonna expose nobody on tonight. But my mom, so me and my brother both have a lot of hair. I think we only cut my brother's hair once in his life, and we found out he had big ears, and we never did that again. So, so my mom did my hair until I was like 15, 16, and then she said, you're on your own. So I know how to take care of my hair, and I know that my brother knows how to take care of his. And so that is just a really big thing. It's a part of just taking care of yourself. Is make sure your hair is done. Get a haircut. If you need to have it twisted, like, all right, let's figure that out. If you need braids, let's figure that out. But don't just walk around looking like, but also but that's okay. You haven't gotten to the great point yet.
That's why this is
hair
cut.
oil.
That's why this is cut, because my hair was looking like who did it, why, and then it ran. So, my hair is very erratic. I don't know why. It's just I do what I want. So yeah.
You also have to have a wonderful sense of humor. I like to laugh. And you can ask me, I laugh at stupid things. I laugh at nothing. I laugh at nothing. And so you got to make me laugh, and we got to have a good time together. I'm not one of those uppity chicks. I'm not. So just be cool, lay back, down to earth, be funny. You have to love kids though. You have to. I got 11 kids already, but you have to love kids just because my life is kids, whether I'm teaching, whether I'm counseling, whether I'm doing stuff for the youth ministry, whether I'm in the techies, like my life is kids. And so I can't have nobody who's like, I hate kids and get off. Like, relax. It's not that serious, bro.
Yeah, you gotta go, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely understandable. I think above all, what we're all trying to say is be yourself, but please don't let yourself be, because then you and yourself can go that way.
Gotta buy.
Right? Yeah, you gotta buy. Praise God. This is a funny one. This is a funny question. Sean, this is me and you, buddy. Do guys really not wash their underwear after wearing them? That is so gross. Go ahead, Sean. That is so...
Wait.
That's a real question. That's a real question.
No. I've been washing clothes since I was 7 years old. That is disgusting. And I have a load of clothes in the washer as we speak. So as for me and my house, we don't do that.
Wash our drawers. Amen. When I was younger, my uncle, he was in the military. Now, he was just saying this for giggles, but he told me, he was like, listen, when you get your underwear, you wear them one day, next day you put them inside out, wear them again, and then that third day is when you change them. And when I was a kid, I took that.
Ew! Nasty. Ew.
Now I feel obligated to ask, did you wash today?
I did.
You sure about that, huh?
Look at Gabby dying.
Just making sure, because hold
I
up
said
now.
when I was a kid.
Thank you, God.
Are you sure? You still
I'm
not?
no
thank you,
longer a
God.
kid.
I'm
So
bringing. You know what? I'm bringing up the head of the the Valakey because I'm done.
Okay, so I go to Bible study and I come back and they asking if we wash our underwear. That's what it's about now. I mean, I
that's what it's
was
about,
just at
bro.
Bible study a little bit late. That's all. I'm
That's what
sorry.
it's about. Dirty
It was a good lesson, and I couldn't just walk out on pastor like that. And they asking
Because
about underwear.
Amir admitted to flipping
I
his
sure did.
underwear inside out as a kid.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm gonna say I'm proud of you, Amir. I'm proud that you was able to admit that because I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, look, I'm gonna tell this is another guy thing. Okay, since I'm just jumping in,
Go ahead,
every
bro.
guy in here got at least one or two pair of underwear with hole in them. I'm telling you that right now. They comfortable. We ain't letting them go. Ain't that right, William? William, like, yup. Oh, William, you took out my connection. Oh, it broke off. Oh man. Hold on. I don't know what happened. Hold on. I gotta go back out. Can y'all hear me?
The Techies
Yeah.
Network.
I don't know what he did. Hold on a second. Let me see.
Oh.
He gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna try to go out and come back in.
Okay.
Thank
Oh, Murphy.
Welcome to the Techies Network, where
Listen, seriously,
this is us 24/7.
the program is subject to change.
However,
No,
I
seriously.
will say I have my dad and then 3 brothers on his side of the family. And I've definitely been like growing up, we've been, I slept over my dad's house quite a few times and I'm like, y'all never gonna shower. And I know you haven't changed your underwear.
Oh, wait.
And what's going on?
Yeah.
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 Yuck.
Yeah. Child, yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, that's
Y'all,
good.
y'all nasty. But it's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's him. That's him. Not I.
Amir, don't you be teaching Logan none of that.
Logan is good.
No, I can't even hear you.
Uh-oh. Did your sound go out, producer?
I think so.
Tabby. This is the Techies Network.
All right, I think I'm back after my son. And no, he didn't do that. He said it was acting crazy. All right, anyway. All right, well, I'm sorry. I was late. Actually, we had a really good Bible study, but sometimes you really learn something like the last 5 minutes. So excuse I was rushing, and it's snowing up here, so it took me a little bit of time to get home. So I appreciate the gentleman holding me down and admitting that they wear their underwear when they was little. Okay, ladies and gents, I am gonna try. We are gonna try. I'm not sure I'm sure y'all did introductions and stuff. I mean, I'm already 30 minutes late. So, hi, Gabby. I always a pleasure. Oh, then she breaks out. She is so slick.
I think
And her Black Lives Matters outfit.
Oh, my sound cut out. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what? Well, it's always a pleasure. Okay, so I want to give all my shout outs to all my normal ones. Miss Georgia, how you doing? Miss Strickland, how you doing? All the normals and Sid. Amir, how are you doing? Fine, sir.
What's good, bro?
Mr. Perryman, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
Good, sir. It's always good to see you. Miss Gabby, it's always a pleasure to see you. All right, so so now I don't know where you guys started, but I've got questions in front of me. I see some
we've just been jumping around.
So jumping around? Okay, great. So I'm just gonna grab one. If you guys already asked it, then we'll talk about it. I know the majority of this is Sid. I'm just gonna tell y'all this. Like, Sid wasn't playing. Sid wasn't playing. She came for real. She was not playing. She was like, she had about like 20 questions and everything. It's been funny for a few minutes. Hi, Miss Georgia. Oh my God! First of all, I really do. I enjoy y'all. I really do. Like I said, excuse the readers, but I'm getting up there. All right, here we go. So, Matter of fact, I just jumped on. Do the guys not wash their underwear after wearing them? So that's checked off. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. All right. Here we go. What is the worst? The worst. So what we'll do is, you know what? I'll wait till last unless Amir or Sean, let's just say I want to answer that one or something like that. We'll go there. And
Time out. Hold on.
Sure. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh. Is this what happens when you go to LA? Is this what happens? Is this I mean, the natural hair?
Okay.
The eyes?
What you getting cute for? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I need you to relax.
No. Do you see what you look like?
Angel, Angel, your shoulders is showing. Your shoulders is showing.
I'm dry. I have on something.
Okay, all right. Okay, if you still okay, no, I don't want to choke nobody. I'll get on the plane in a minute now. Williamson. Oh, William gonna say yeah, and it won't be the first time.
Oh my God.
William's like, come here, William. Come look at your cousin. Come here. Come look at him. He was like, he need to bust somebody up anyway.
Oh my God. Listen, I am not responsible. Hi, buddy.
She like this. She like.
I love you, Willie.
What's up?
She said she love you. He said he love you too, sweets. Oh, it's a pleasure to see our boss, our CEO.
What's up, guys?
There she goes.
Look at all these comments.
Doing the okay, Angel. Oh my gosh, you look gorgeous, sweetheart.
Thank
you do.
You
You look gorgeous. You really do. Actually, I jumped in 5 minutes after you. We had Bible study late, and it's snowing outside, so I just got here too. These two lovely, I shouldn't say lovely, but these handsome young men and the lovely Miss Gab has been holding it down. So it's also a pleasure to see Angel. So I'm glad that we've got some female representation as well, and some of the male questions. So we'll just jump back in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab one. I got one that says, I'm not gonna go that deep. Let's go this one. What is the worst thing? What is the worst and best thing about being a man? So since you're the youngest in this situation right here, Sean, what is the worst and the best thing about being a man?
Can I go last? I had to think on that.
All right. Go ahead, Amir. Let me let you hit that one.
Listen, the best thing. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be childish. Like, I'm not cool with Devin.
I mean, you know what? We're gonna get the full spectrum. We're gonna get the full spectrum tonight. You know, if you want to be silly, you want to be silly. If you want to get deep,
what's different tonight, though?
Right. Tell him, Angel.
Because you came in here fine.
I'm me.
I mean, hey, he almost is snatched. Just snatched.
Oh my God.
Angel, I'm serious. First of all, Angel, seriously, all jokes aside, them eyes is getting me right there, baby Kate.
Are they?
They are. And I'm always like, I like when you throw your natural look on. I really do.
I'm not gonna do this anymore then.
You're not gonna do this anymore.
I need everybody to step back some.
Okay. Go ahead.
This is pulling them in. I need to tone it down. Amir, what is the best and the worst thing of being a man?
See.
Go ahead, Amir.
Let me see. I'm trying to think. What's the worst thing about being a man is all the expectations that you have to meet. I think sometimes people expect you to go above and beyond or be more than what you're actually capable of just because you're a man. Mm-hmm. You're not necessarily allowed to, and I will use the term allow, you're not necessarily allowed to show your emotions or show feelings or stuff like that because you have to tough it out, be a man. You're not allowed to show that you're hurting because you're a man. So it's like, shut up, you'll be fine. And it's even down to childhood. Like, if you see, because I know I have taken it on where I've seen my nephews fall, they can scrape their whole face. And I'm like, get up, your boy's fine. Like, you're fine, get up, you can do it. And I'm like, that crap actually hurts. Like, it's okay to let him know that it's okay to cry because you just bust your face open. You can cry. But it has come to a point where I would think that's the worst thing is the expectations and the fact you're not allowed to express yourself without being judged. The best thing is, I don't know, you just get it's just a confidence. I don't know that man being a man that I'll speak for myself. Like it's just like a certain, like, can't nobody touch me 'cause I'm the dude. What's up?
It's almost like the opposite when the ladies go out and they just say I'm it. But for me, I'm gonna say the best thing. No, I will say this, and this is probably selfish for men, but I will when I'm being mannish. Like if I'm flirting with a girl or I know I am being mannish, and I know she's like, especially if I get a girl laughing, and I'm like, and she's like really feeling me a little bit. Like I do like how sometimes as a man I'll just take over the conversation and I'll say what I say. It's not even spitting game. It's just talking and just, like I like, and I think because I'm getting older, I like certain, I just like certain old man stuff in a sense. Like I like to get suited and booted with some hard bottoms. And you know what I'm saying? Oh, for those who might not know, like I don't mind putting on the suit and putting on some hard bottom shoes and stepping out, you know what I'm saying? Or putting on my jacket and a hat and things of that nature. And then just people like, hey, Mr. Clark or something like that. Sometimes, well, they don't call him Mr. Clark as much, but I do like that. I do like some of the things that I'm turning into, the development. And that's really truly just because of this group, because of the Bible studies, because I've been intentional about my walk with God and things of that nature. So I enjoy that side of it. I kind of agree with Amir, but I'm gonna go a different route. The thing that I think the worst thing about being a male is when we can't help. That's like if I was talking, like if any of these young ladies just say, "Hey, Lorenzo or Marky or whatever," and they talking, and it's nothing I could do to help you, or I just can't get through, what I'm trying to explain or something, or maybe try to feel empathetic, and I cannot, like when a woman cries sometimes, I just be like, you just lose your train of, it's like, what can you do besides, like like one of my bastards, I'm a pregnant nut. So if you, like when I would work and you were pregnant, I'm doing anything for you. Like I'm just that type of guy. I'm gonna give you candy. I'm gonna give you anything, I'm gonna do whatever it is to serve you. But I think that's one of the things that goes with, I like about being a man as well as being mannish. I like being a servant. Like, I don't care what nobody say. The first time you take a girl out, and this is what I mean by being managed. Amir know where I'm about to go. The first time you take a girl out, you got the money, that your date is going well, and it's like, even if it's a little bit more than what you thought, and you still play it off, and it's just like you throw that card down or you pull that money out, and you could tell she was just like, oh, I thought he was gonna be something and he wasn't gonna have it or whatever, and you just be like, I got it, don't even worry about it, and I got the tip, don't even worry about it, or something like that, or I like that about being a man. I like being managed like that. Like one of my smoothest moves I ever did was, I had a friend that she was going out to eat with her other friends, and I knew it, and I just wanted one of the girls I did want to impress, and I don't know why I wanted to impress her, but it was like when I was probably younger, right before I got married, I think, and they were eating. And so I just showed up at the restaurant. I was like, oh, I didn't know y'all was going to be here. But oh, it's all right. Hey, what's up? Susie or whatever her name was. But I wanted that one to know that, this is how we go. Because she was always like, yeah, this is Lorenzo, this and this. So I was just like, well, I hope y'all ladies have a good time. And so then what I did was, as I was leaving, I paid for their whole meal. I paid for their meal. I left a little extra. They went over. I left a tip. And so then I just said, don't say nothing. Just let it know. Man, that girl called me that night. She called me that night and was like, what? And there was a friend. Her friend called me. Was like, why did you do that? Why'd you do it? I was like, because I'm trying to talk to so-and-so. And she was just like, oh, well, yeah, you did. She did want me to give you her number and everything. And so, that's what I'm talking about sometimes being a man, it's just pulling them type of moves, or, any guy that's out there that might be listening that, did a smooth move for the girl. So I like that. Sean, what about you? You still thinking?
Yeah, I haven't been a man for that long. I'm still thinking.
I mean, I give it to him. So,
but I will say, for me right now,
okay,
the best thing about being a man is defining the man I want to be. and being uncomfortable with the definition that I come up with. So I think what goes with that is just learning who I am and being okay with who I am and knowing what I can change about myself, and whatever definition I come up with, I can be comfortable with that.
Sean, I am so proud of you, man. I'm for real, Sean. Like every conversation we've had, if you flim-flamming, then you done flim-flammed me. But I am just
Sir,
so,
excuse me. Can you define what a flim-flam is?
Oh my gosh.
I don't speak senior citizen. I'm so sorry.
As you guys say, if you playing game or you gaming me or
got it. Thank you.
But I'm serious, man. I really am enjoying your development in this process. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Even the tenor of your voice, even the confidence that you're starting to exude in having a conversation and being able to explain yourself. People don't understand that because, like, sometimes again, you're a young man. And it might be hard. It's very intimidating. Believe me, I know grown men. Look, there's some women that I would not talk to. I'm just not, and for you to get on here with all of these young ladies, and I don't mean that in a bad way or whatever, but for you to be able to clearly and concisely express yourself, these are the attributes and through these type of environments. And I'm serious. I'm godly proud of you, man, that I'm seeing the development even right before my eyes. So kudos to you, sir. Keep it up.
Thank you.
So here we go. All right. So now I'm gonna get a little risque. I'm gonna do a little risque questions. And we're gonna try to do these real quick so we won't hold up the whole time. All right. Okay, so here we go, Amir. Why do men feel like sex is the only reason to a relationship? I can answer it if you want time to think.
Go ahead. Wait.
Okay, so this is what it is. Because okay. Here we go, I guess. All right. So the question is, why do men feel like sex is the only reason to a relationship? Because I'm getting what I want. Period. That's it. There's men are very simple in that respect. We're hunters, we're conquerors. So that's why if you give it up too early, I'm either gonna not call you and say you were easy, or I'm gonna be like, well, you the girl I can call. Like if you answer my call at 2:00 in the morning and we ain't did nothing besides that, I already know what I got. There's nothing.
That's true.
It's not. I don't want to be as superficial as to say it's the lady's fault, because it's not. Most men know what they're gonna do. It's just like I asked earlier in another conversation. I bet you most of y'all ladies, and I want y'all to answer me in the comments, and I'm gonna be real since we're having these type of conversations tonight. Most of y'all know if y'all gonna give it up to the guy before he goes out. Before we go out on a date, most of y'all know. Let me see. I'm not seeing new comments. Let me see. New comments. Go down. Okay. So It depends, right? But look, if the guy meets all of your early criteria, let's just say he looks decent, he seems to have a head on his shoulder, and let's just say a little buildup is there. So it's not like the exact first date. But if it's like maybe date number 2 or date number 3, I'll at least say this. Y'all are willing to give him a kiss or to give him a slide if he like maybe touch you in the back, or if he's rolling down and maybe touch you on the butt, or maybe pinch you, something. If he's
a little far.
Wait.
No. Hold on. Let me set it up.
That's far. You touching me on my butt?
No. Let me set it up.
On the date for you should have just said what you wanted.
Okay, let me set it up. Like I said, it's not the exact first date. And let's just say you've been kind of looking at him for a minute, and he's been kind of looking at you for a minute, and y'all probably just said, okay, this might be the second time. This might be the first time by yourselves. Maybe y'all were like this. Y'all were in a whole environment. And so I'm saying he's being mannish. He might hold you a little bit. And I'm not saying you saying no, but you might lean into him a little bit or whatever. I think most women tend to understand that from the get-go. Sometimes men know, honestly, men will be like, we're just gonna go out and eat. And then some point in the conversation, I want to get some. That's just how plain it can be for men. Seriously? And unfortunately, sometimes men take that as you're saying yes. It's just as when we say, well, she didn't say no. If she said no, she would have said no, and got up and left, or been like, leave me alone, dude, or that's it. But when you like, no, it does leave some kind of guidance, because as long as you give us room to keep going, most of the time we're going to try. I think it's very rare that you find a man that's going to be like, or unless he's older, or he might have some situations or, entanglements. And so, because what he'll do is, if you don't, he'll just call somebody who knows who will. So sometimes, why do men feel like sex is the only reason for a relationship? Most of the time is because that's just what they want. If they wanted a relationship, then it's just like that guy that finds out the girl leaves him and he's just like, now he's begging you to come back. Now he understands what he lost and how good that you were. That's just my opinion.
So
No, I agree with your opinion 100%. Go ahead, Angel.
So what else are y'all looking for? If it that sex is the only thing that y'all looking like,
Sometimes I don't want. I told you, after you have sex, after you climax, you really only have 3 emotions. I want to do it again. I gotta go, or what did I say? Or I shouldn't have did it. There's no other emotions that you have, right? And it's normally right after you. Okay, what's up, Gabby? What's it?
So how do you differentiate between a man that actually wants a relationship with you and a man that just wants to hit?
To be honest,
go ahead. He'll show it. He'll show it. If he really wants to be with you, he'll show you. He'll prove to you that he wants to be with you. Now, sometimes you have slippers that'll make you think that they want to be with you until they can get what they want, and then their true colors come out. But if you hit them with the straight up, listen, this is how I am. I don't plan on having sex until marriage. If they're willing to wait, and they're not going to say, oh, well, no, I can't do this. They're like, okay, cool, me too. You have to make sure, and also find the dude that's on that same way pattern. Don't have a dude that say, oh yeah, okay, if that's what you want, that's what I'll do. No, I'm waiting till marriage. Good, so am I. So we're in the same boat.
Then you got to test them.
Make sure you have that conversation. You let them know from the jump, and that goes.
You really got to test them. You got to test them. You got to make them wait. If you give it, you got to you have to know if you, okay. What I mean by you got to.
Yeah, are you on dial-up is what I said.
Okay, like this. I'm going to give you a perfect example. If I just got your number and I'm calling you at 2:00 in the morning, why are you answering the phone? Don't answer the phone. No. I don't care if you like me or not. Don't answer the phone.
You testing me?
Okay, yes. It's
but
like,
he's saying like you have to test each other almost.
Right. Okay. It's like what Auntie said. Dating is an interview process. It's an interview process. But what happens is most people cut out or don't talk about the serious stuff. Okay, so since I'm new to dating in this respect, go ahead, Angel.
Question. Okay, at 2:00 in the morning. You have a situation. My family, the Chisholm house, we don't sleep.
True.
We be up at 2 in the morning. Like, it don't have to necessarily mean that I'm feeling away. It's just I'm up. What's wrong? Something could be wrong. I always answer the phone. If something is wrong, or I'm on my way to work. I work those hours just like you do. Right, it's like I could want you, like I could be driving and you call, and I could want you to be on the phone with me until I get home. Like,
so this is the test that you have to do. If you, let's say you're like that, and I get it. A lot of you younger people, even William, I get on my nerves because he's 16 now. So I wake up at like 2:00 in the morning to go to work, and he up. I'm like, why are you still up? I get it. Okay, but this is how you test it, and this is what I'm talking about. I call you at 2:00 in the morning. We start talking. Yeah. We keep it superficial. How you doing? How the family? I know you doing this, Angel. Oh, good kudos. All of a sudden, I start turning the conversation sexual.
Oh, that's
this is the type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Or I'll say something like, or I'm telling you, like I'll lead you. It's almost like a ninja. I'm throwing a star over here because I'm ready. I want you to dodge that star and fall right into my arms. I'm telling you, like, you got to understand that we're cunning, just as ladies, and I think women can be more cunning. We're just dumb. That's just like I was talking to somebody the other day. We're dumb. We're like okay, perfect example. If I'm dating you, Angel, if I'm dating you and Gabby is across the street, I might try to talk to Gabby across the street, or I'm just telling you how some men are. Or like I hate this. If I'm talking to you, Angel, right? Yeah. Guys will do this. If I'm talking to you, Angel, and I'm cool, I'm straight, but you start telling me that your man is this and this, and your man is this and that, I'm either gonna bash him and see how you see. If you be like, well, no, then I know she still like him. Go ahead, Amir.
No, I agree with you.
I'm confused. Wait.
All right. I'm trying to open it. This is what y'all call shooting the shot. This is what y'all call
you trying to get with me, but I said I got a man.
Exactly. So what I can do is like women,
like me and Amir at the half Starbucks.
Right. Women, y'all different. Y'all will wait.
Is that the situation? Is that what he means? That's what he's talking about?
Yes. That's what he's talking about. Like if you have a boyfriend, you have a dude, but you're talking to me as your friend. And you're telling me, you're like, oh yeah, my boyfriend, he's doing this, he's doing that, and then I can sneak up and be like, well, you don't really need him, because if he gonna put you through all that, then I mean, what's the point?
Well, why your nails not done and you look hungry? Like that.
Yes, exactly.
Well, or it could be that, or the guy could now a real friend might sit there and say, well, Angel, da 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 da. So you have to, look, we all have to continue to test and check and to test and check, because there's no one answer I can give you. There's some people that met up, they slept together, then they've been married for 30 years. I've heard those stories. I've seen it, that it all worked. So there's no really one good or bad answer. It's just those are the things. But I'm just saying, you have to set some parameters for me, or set some rules. Like one of my rules now, I'm older, so I know that I probably will mess with somebody who has children. I have to think like that. Now, y'all are different. Y'all don't have to deal with that. A guy comes in a situation with a kid and you don't deal with it, you don't have to. Now, if you want to explore it, that's on you. I get it. So let's do that, because I know us, we'll be there. So here we go. Guys, what is our ideal of a perfect date?
Uh-oh.
Look, is that Jay there?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He just bounced into the screen.
Right, he just boom, Jay there. Oh my gosh. All right, so Jay there, this one's for you. This one's for you. This is for you, Jay there. And I know you're kind of young, but let me just see what you got here. Let's go with, what did I just ask?
What's the guy's idea of a perfect date?
Yes, what is your ideal of a perfect date, Jay dear?
I like to go out, but I don't like to go out.
Ain't you
so probably roller skating. I love roller skating.
So roller skating is a perfect date for you?
Yeah, roller skating. Yeah. Just if it anything, almost anything but the movies.
Why not the movies?
Because it's quiet and I want to talk to you.
See,
and you gotta be quiet.
See, a guy wants something physical so he doesn't have to constantly sit there and talk with you. That's the idea of a perfect date, because a guy is not in touch with his emotions like that. So we will do something that'll allow us to be able to continue a conversation, but it's not solely sitting there. That's why ladies will say, let's go have coffee, and y'all just sit and talk. And okay, is this over? I got to keep on talking? Like, what's going on? We'll rather throw axes. We'll rather play pool. We rather throw a football. I mean, we'll do anything that's physical, so that we not to necessarily avoid a conversation, but it's just that's awkward, because now we have to talk about our emotions. And for most guys, we either don't talk about them, or then it's too much. So it'll be like, no, I'm straight, girl. I'm straight. Or, oh my God, the world is dying. And then y'all like, dang, what kind of dude is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you asked me to talk about, look at Angel. Oh my gosh, look at Angel. Angel, like, I could be wrong, but I'm just telling you. All right, let me see. We got some.
I'm not, let me.
Sean Newman says, I hate talking. Let's go running. CG Giovanni says, throw axes. One wrong move, and I'm aiming at your head, sir.
Uh-oh.
Angel just popped out. Look at Angel's like, okay, this is through. I'm through with this conversation.
No, I'm the same way, though. Like, I would rather be active.
Okay.
Now, I may turn the conversation to be a little personal, but I would rather be active. Like, I want to go to an arcade. I want to go roller skating. I want to go throw axes. Like, I'm down for that. Now, will the conversation maybe turn a little bit? Yeah, possibly. But I hate sitting down and having coffee. Like, unless we've been dating for a while.
Okay. All right. Oh, all right. So let's do this. How does a woman who was raised on a properly loving man who was raised on survival? That one I don't think. Yeah, I'm trying to not get to questions that I want to answer some quick questions that we can kind of help out instead of getting to these thick ones. Okay, I'm gonna answer this one. If you ask Lorenzo, and this kind of goes in with how do you become a man of value, and what makes a man strong? So I'm gonna kind of knock both of those out with this. Now, in Valor, we teach this, okay, and this is one of the reasons why I stuck with the series that we work with. Is the shooting range. Oh my gosh, you guys are kind of thick. Sean Newman says, yeah, take me to the shooting range or something. I need to be active. I get bored easily. So what I value to be a man, or thank you. Oh man, see, this is why I love Gabby and I love the techie of admin crew. Go ahead, girl. How do you become a man of value and what makes a man strong? Perfect. What I believe is, and what we try to promote in the men of valor is accept responsibility, invest eternally, lead courageously, and reject passivity. These are straight definitions that I believe men should be able to do. Okay, we're going to accept responsibility. We're going to lead, and I don't mean, thank you so much. I don't mean, when I mean lead courageously and accept responsibility, I don't mean controlling, but I do mean intentional. Like even what I'm doing with Sean, even what I'm doing with Sean.
There's the word again, guys.
And even what I'm doing here with Sean. With Sean, I'm intentional. I'm letting him, like most men don't root for other men. Most men, or they do it, they don't do it publicly. I'm comfortable in myself. I'm comfortable in where I'm at, and as a father and as a young man, to be able to say to a young man to understand where I'm at in my life. I'm in the third quarter of my life. So I'm gonna be able to say, I have to put. The reason I even did this is because I saw people like Amir. I saw people like Sean. And I'm like, not that I know anything and I'm not. I'm just a man that serves God. But the thing that I love is that these are 4 values that I feel like a man too. It's just like men should have 4 faces. We should have a king face, a warrior face, a lover face, and a friend face. The problem is we never know when to use them. When you should be a king is when you should decree things. Hey, family, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a vacation in August. And then what he needs to do as the king is run that household in the best way, shape, fashion that he can say so that we can have the need us to have. Now, most of the time, if I'm going to put on that lover face, go to the wife. Hey, wife, you know what? We need a vacation. Be empathetic. Allow her to voice her opinion. Say the things that she needs to say. Do these things, allow that person to think that not think, but know that she has a voice in the relationship. And then boom, as a unit, now we step up and we do it. And then as the warrior face, I'm going to be fighting for it. Nah, y'all, I know y'all want to go out to eat tonight. We can't go out to eat tonight. Oh, Dad, we can't stand you. That's all right. Because when we go on vacation and we got that extra money, I'm going to feel good and I'm going to do it. So these are the things that I value to be a man, and those different things. And because a lot of us black men, and it doesn't matter. I've seen a lot of young men. I know. I think it's almost a crisis too with a lot of people of color, and even some of our Caucasian friends that are growing up without fathers and maybe strong male role models and where they want to do and when they want to do it. You can be used in those areas and build up another man, even if they're younger or older. That's true. Gabby, they want you to come back. What about you, Sean? What do you value? Like Sean, what do you value? I mean, being a young man, moving into that realm. You're 17. I always don't know why I want to forget your age, but I just say you 1 year older than William. What do you value? Like kind of real quick though. But what do you feel is becoming a man of value, and what makes you think a man is strong?
Honesty. Well, really, honesty is the biggest thing. If you can be honest with yourself, you can be honest with others, and you don't have to feel bound, because when you're dishonest with others, or when you're dishonest with yourself, you can't help others. You can't do for others. You can't even do for yourself. So as long as you're honest with yourself and you're comfortable in your honesty, then you can move forward with a whole bunch of other things.
There you go again. Go ahead, Amir. Excellent answer, Sean. Go ahead, Amir.
You shouldn't let Sean go last. I just think being a man of integrity.
There you go, sir.
You let that integrity speak for you. When you are honest and you're integral about your business, about how you are as a man, you can't beat that.
Outstanding, sir. Outstanding. Why am I only Great answer, sir. Great answer. I don't want you to think I'm not listening or anything. I want to try to get as many questions as we can.
No, I get it.
First of all, thank you for all the questions. Like I said, I got 3 pages. If I get redundant or something, and we still want to do it. Okay, so why is society doing now the 20? Oh well, I can't answer that question. How do you know if a guy likes you back? I think that's a little bit big. All right, here we go. How do you define toxic and healthy masculinity? All right, we'll go with that one. How will you define toxic and healthy masculinity? I think healthy masculinity is kind of, again, you're going to start hearing me say these things that are similar. Invest eternally, lead courageously, reject passivity, accept responsibility. Because these are the things I believe, and I've even noticed that I think even what women want. They want us to be leaders, but not controlling. They want us to be courageous, but not idiotic. They want us to reject passivity and not just let anything go, but at the same time be empathetic. And we all have to invest internally. One of the reasons why I do this, and you see him walking in the background, is I'm investing internally in him. I'm believing in these guys that are here. And I think Angel and Gabby and all of you are investing each other with all of the. I mean, nobody is sitting here doing this just because we want to be on YouTube and wherever else we're at and streaming and stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's been taxing this month. Ripping home, trying to make sure I get some information for this, but it's exciting. It keeps me young. I really enjoy. Like I've said it every time. I am enjoying the maturity of you guys are giving me hope, and I know it's kind of fun, and I know I sound like some super old dude, but I am kind of jaded when I look at the different things. So toxic is controlling. I mean, it was just a young lady in Colorado. I think her ex-boyfriend beat her up in the parking lot and killed her. I mean, it's like you've got these different things that are toxic, and I would love to have some great examples out there. And again, not to toot my own horn, because I know nothing. I am only an amalgamous image of what I believe God wants to be. And I'm still short. Y'all might catch me out here doing something stupid. I might make a mistake. That's when I hope that Sean is going to be able to pull me aside and have enough integrity in himself. Hey, Mr. Clark, let's not do that. And then be mature enough not to look down on me because I made a mistake. And I think that's what church people mess up a lot, is because we're all short. So it don't matter if I find you well, that'd be a weird way, but I'm just saying, if I'm driving past a strip club and I see you come out, yeah, I should be able to check you. Hey, Amir, is that really what you want to do? And in the right tone. But the same token, if he shows the proper remorse, or even if he don't, that's not my business. I'm not going to look at him down and down him because of that. I'm going to just say, look, man, I'm kind of disappointed, but I understand. But, that's your business, what you're going through. Anything I can help you with. Instead of trying to down him, let me ask him what's going on. So I think those are some versions of toxic and healthy masculinity, because I do think as ladies, y'all like us to be men. Sometimes I think y'all see us over there having with the fellas and we just being men, we out there, whether, I know some women who say, I like to see my man clean up. It does something to me. And I like to see him building things. It does something to me. Or I like to see him have a great conversation with somebody. Like, talk to a great married couple and they'll sit there like, I just love to see my wife when she handle my kids. Like, like when she's just like, okay, Johnny, and she wiping them, or like, I love to see a girl do a little girl's hair. I love that. That is like, not only, it's not that it's not, I don't mean that it's sexy, but it touches me in an attractive way where it makes me say, man, she is taking care of her daughter and she's doing the hair. And it's like, it's these different things. Like, like for me, what gets me? I like seeing my girl when they wake up in the moo and something, like in the house, when they come in and they just like, it's just normal. Ain't no Whitley. They ain't trying to look. Y'all don't even know who Whitley is. My gosh.
Sure, leave Whitley Gilbert alone.
They don't know nothing about Whitley Gilbert falling asleep with makeup on. I mean, I don't need no makeup.
We get it. You're older than us, but we know about a different world.
All right, I'm sorry.
Don't do it. Don't do it like that.
Okay. I watched the reruns. I was watching it when it first came out. I'm sorry. But anyway. All right. I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Okay, so how do I tell my boyfriend he's too emotional for me at times without sounding rude and causing him to shut down completely? Okay, whoever asked that question, excellent. Excellent. Okay, here we go. Men require honor and respect. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm a man. I don't care if my kids don't do nothing I say. But if you honor and respect me, like when we out in the street or stuff, I like that. So the best way to do that is to sit down and I don't want to say respectfully because not you have to do it, but just be upfront and be honest with them. You know, whatever he's doing that's too emotional, like dude, like probably I don't know, but maybe arguing. You know, like dude, you be just doing too much. You get too emotional. You can easily pull him to the side and just say, look, I understand and I understand and respect what you were trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I got the point that you were trying to make, but I'm just wondering or I'm thinking, is that the best way to go about it? And you're not necessarily checking them, but you're asking them. You look, older women have been doing it to their husbands for years. They make them think that they came up with the question when it was the question that they came up with. And they do it a lot of times. I've even seen my aunts, I've seen older women do it to their husbands. They just like, okay, perfect example. Like they come downstairs and they ain't dressed right. Honey, you're gonna wear that? Boom. Okay, babe. And then they go back and they change their clothes. Or guys do it to girls all the time. Y'all come down and y'all look a little slinky, but they might say it like this way. Come on, you gonna wear that, girl? Now that's totally different if he had just said, well, I think we might be going to a different type of environment. Do you know, maybe, you know, there's ways to go around it and to be about doing it instead of just jumping down somebody's throat. Sometimes, but you might have to wait until after he's been emotional. It's really hard if you try to do it. Like, let's say he's going off on somebody. So let's just say in this situation, you don't like the way he argues with people. He's just too emotional or this and that, but he's in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to humble yourself and just let him go. Just let him go. And then once he calms down, then try to approach that situation or remember and come back at it another way. Sometimes you might have to wait till y'all I'm talking like in a marriage sense, but you might have to wait till y'all maybe at the dinner table, it's all done, it's over with. Y'all might have even joked and got past it. And now you're saying, well, babe, do you really think that was the best way to handle it? And then if he gets louder and gets, okay, then just let it go, leave it alone. Then maybe a day or two later, you might be able to try to come at it again. Like I said, reverse mentoring. Sometimes you have to show them the best way how to do it, and then sometimes they'll pick up. Now, most guys don't do that, but the most thing that I've seen is if you can show him honor and respect, like, babe, I really appreciate you. Like, even like if he was arguing about a bill, babe, I appreciate you handling that. You was really taking care of that. But I just think it could have been done a different way. Maybe he might see that, he might get it. You might then have to be blunt with him, but I just feel like most of the time some women come at men where they're like kind of nagging, and just as men nag too. Now, Kari asked Amir, she wants to know what your thoughts are.
Listen, I agree with you, Brian. The best way to say something is to approach it respectfully, approach it nicely. Don't just be like, all right, bro, you're doing too much. Like, don't come at me all heavy, because then I'm not gonna be able to receive it.
Right.
But if you explain to me what the issue is, why you find that as an issue, then we can work on it. But help me. Don't just be like, stop crying. You were a word. Just help me out. Be like, listen, babe, I don't like when you do that, or when you do that, it makes me feel this way. It makes me look at you this way, because I don't want you to look at me sideways.
That's good. That's very good. That's very. What you got to say,
Angel?
She raising her hand. Angel.
I have a question.
Go right ahead, Angel.
So, and because it's funny because this actually happened earlier today.
Okay.
When you are in a space where both you are able to talk to each other, then why is the go-to phrase when they feel cornered or when they're starting to get defensive, the go-to phrase is "you're emotional"? Why is that?
Oh, why is that why is that?
That's the go-to phrase. That's okay. Actually something that happened today.
Okay,
I had to dial it back a notch, because because the comment came in response to something that I said. However, it's like you didn't hear what I said. You just, instead of you listening to what I said, you went, okay, you're just being emotional.
Okay.
And I'm not supposed to respond to that.
Well, no, sometimes it might be the action behind it. So if you're like this, even if you had just been saying, well, Mr. Clark, I just want you, we're gonna automatic, but I'm just saying, like, there are, like, even this when, or we're gonna be, we're our most, let me get into the camera that way. Most of the time, if you're talking with your hands, we're gonna be like you're being emotional, or if you're doing all of this. And it really is. You could be saying 100% correct. You could be like, well, Lorenzo, you were getting loud, you were yelling at a mirror. But if you're going like this, Lorenzo, you were getting loud and you were talking at a mirror, like, wait a minute, girl, why you being so emotional? Why are you, or if you now, Angel, I know you're a very boisterous person. You are very you are your mama's daughter. Auntie is the same way. Auntie is very, like, you see all her emotions. That's why everybody be trying to be tripping, because you see all of Auntie's emotions. But if you listen to what she's saying, she's really just really caring about you or saying it a certain way. But it might just come out. But again, she's 72. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are you going, they old school, they do stuff. Like, I get accused of being emotional because I talk with my hands and I do this type of stuff. So I've learned to have to tone that down. But a lot of men will just say, just to kind of shut you up, or you just being emotional. Or the man doesn't want to get in touch with he doesn't really want to get to that. Look, you have to understand the three men that are in this conversation right now are, I'm going to just say, to be honest, I think at 17, I was nowhere near where Sean is. Sean is very in touch with, or at least he's showing me that he can clearly concise it. There is most people see passion is, okay, this is passion. This is how men see passion. All right, guys. It's 4th and 10. Now, you guys are going to go. That's passion to us. Y'all's passion is, well, you don't understand. Stop what you're doing and listen to me now.
So if I say to you, you are already in trouble. You're already in trouble. What were you thinking about? Why are you doing this? You're already in trouble. You need to stop. Mm-hmm. Why is that now me being emotional?
Oh, if it was
because for me, that's passion. I'm trying to save you. It's that's the thing.
Then he could have misheard you. I mean, he could have misinterpreted. He could have, like, like, I've heard, actually, a guy said that in one of our men's group. He was like, are you listening to the tone though? See, sometimes, I mean, all of these, great communication infers all of these different things. Like, we could be talking and everything, and then boom. You know what, guys? I really think everybody should move on to the next conversation, and it just, the whole tone changes. Or if, like, one of the things I've learned, especially with younger children, like when oh, Dad, all right, I have to I have to calm down to calm him down. Mm-hmm. And sometimes if they're excitable and then you're excitable, even though you know that you didn't come to the situation emotional, they did. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have those different things. But that's a really good question. Angel, that, it's funny. What do let me see. Is being independent a turn off? I got an answer. What do you think, Amir? Is being independent?
I want to hear
this. Is a woman being independent a turn off?
We answered that one earlier, but I will.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And no. I want to hear yours, because I answered, and I said that being too independent, when it leads into bitterness, that's complete turn off.
Being too independent. Sean, what do you think at 17? Is being too independent a turn off for you, sir?
It can be, especially because if you're too independent, or if you are too independent, sometimes it makes the others feel. It can make the other feel as if they're unwanted or unappreciated. So you have to make sure that you can keep your individuality, but also make sure that the other one feels wanted and needed at the same time. Because if you stray too far away, it won't feel that way.
Angel got a question.
I have a question, but I want you to answer first, Marky. I want you to answer the question. No, it's something that Amir said.
Okay.
That I want to.
Sean, good answer.
Go ahead, and then I'm gonna ask
Amir. Okay. So I feel like the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. Dun, 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 dun. Amir, great. I mean, Amir, actually good answer though. But Sean, very good answer. For me, or I would say most men, yes, it's a turnoff because most men like to be in charge, but we don't want a hanger on her. But we do want it's a delicate balance, you know. It literally is what Amir said or what Sean is saying. Sometimes some women won't let a man be a man. You know what I mean by that is like sometimes I want to pick up the bill, or sometimes I want to open your door. Or now, don't get me wrong, like if we've been together 5 years and I'm just like, all right, girl, go get the door. You know, that's just, you know. But sometimes I think some women do cut off a man from being a man sometimes, and in different ways. Miss Foster wants Gabby to give an answer too. So Angel, go answer your question, and we'll see if the producer extraordinaire will pop in.
You want the answer to the independence?
I think. Well, they just said it was like 9:21. They just said Gabby, pop in and share your answer too. So maybe they're talking about what we're talking about now. That's Miss Foster.
Is that what you're talking about now, Carrie?
Carrie, you want her to answer about the question we're talking about now?
But Angel, you had a question for Amir. Go ahead.
I did, because Amir said something that he says a lot, and I heard it the other night, and now I'm feeling a little triggered because where do we go into when is it that a woman is hurt and not bitter? Like, why is it always bitterness? Because here's my question. Here's why I'm asking. I'm gonna set it up for you. I was watching, I don't know if anybody watches Snowfall, but I was watching that. And there was a scene where the young man's mother was like, she was fussing about her ex. He's on the street, he's alcoholic, whatever. She's fussing. She don't want him back around. She don't want him in the house. He's not going to change. He ain't doing good. Right. It's whatever. If he in here, he gonna relapse. I don't want him in here.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
She was so prideful about how, about the whole thing. I thought it was her, and I said, and the person I was watching it with was like, she's bitter, and I said, no, she's just over him. Now, fast forward a few scenes later, there's a scene with the white guy, and he is in an argument with his brother about the way that he treats their father.
Yep, I know what you're
saying. And I was like, now that's
bitter. You're right.
He is bitter.
You're right.
Because you don't want to forgive your father for something that was not even your business. Your mother left the family because of what happened with their relationship. That don't have nothing to do with you and your daddy. Like, he is bitter. But when that scene came up, nothing. No, he's bitter too. No, nothing. It was just no. I had to say, now that's bitter. This woman is trying to protect her family, her house, her assets. She don't have that much. She living in the hood. She don't have that much, and she don't, she can't afford it. So I hear the word bitter being thrown out about women all the time. And it's like, when is it that you didn't check up on somebody's hurt? Like, why isn't it that she might just be hurting still, or she might just be over the situation? Why is that being called bitter? Why is she bitter? Go ahead.
I'm about to say, I think in that sense it's all about perception. And that may not be, the correct, judgment or the correct term to say. But I think it's all about perception, because I feel like if I coach you and it's like, and it becomes, no, I'm fine, then I'm like, okay, cool. Then when it's like, no, get away. I don't need a man for nothing. And it's like, where's that coming? Like you said, where is that coming from? Are you hurt, or are you just being mean-spirited and bitter? So that's why I said I think it all comes with perception, and it comes with understanding as well.
Now, I can understand, Amir, if you're talking about a woman who she's independent and everything has to turn into an argument with a man. Like, oh, so you trying to say I can't open the door myself because I'm like, oh, all right, like that's enough. Take a step back.
See, I think the overwhelming agreement is this. And first of all, you both are somewhat right. And Shy has a great point too. She says, anytime a woman is fed up with the guy behavior and decide to leave, they're considered bitter. Ms. Harris says, right, Angel, my ex told me I was bitter when I was just completely over it. Now, Angel was watching the first season of Snowfall.
Yeah,
I knew exactly the episode that you're talking about because I love Snowfall.
Mm-hmm. I just finished it. I'm really excited.
It's really good. I'm trying to get Auntie to watch it.
It's good, y'all. Watch it.
But what Angel is talking. Okay, I've kind of explained this before. All right, I'm gonna do it 3 ways. 1, people who are parents, when you whoop your child, you're only trying to whoop the child for them to stop doing the behavior that you wanted them not, or you don't want them to continue to do. Mm-hmm. So you only whoop them if you're in your right mind and you're a good parent about this. You're only whooping them to stop it. So the minute they kind of, okay, you give them a couple licks, and if they get it and they're crying, and that you can feel sometimes in your spirit when they're kind of remorseful, you're like, okay, I'm done. The reason I say this when it comes to people, bitterness is when you cannot look at that situation and not think about what it did to you or how you felt when it happened. The way my pastor explains it is this. It's like, and I've said it before, it's like when you have all white carpet and William went in there and spilled grape juice on it. And even though you called Stanley Cleaners and the grape is out, every time you walk past that spot, you see it and you just get instantly mad. The problem is that most women, man, I love y'all, but y'all like elephants. Y'all, when y'all start talking about a situation, y'all remember the emotion. Y'all remember what y'all was thinking about. Y'all remember what y'all ate, and y'all can explain it to us just like that. So we could, like Angel, okay, perfect example. I could even do it right now with Angel. If I say something about my ex and we start talking and we can look at her face. She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. I just warned you. And it's because, but Angel has, in this situation, Angel has a valid reason. Because the one time that I remember that Angel spoke about how upset she was about what my ex did, it was a valid statement that I was being a punk about at the time and didn't stand up or confront or have a conversation with my wife at the time. And it was something that was totally wrong. So now that when I speak,
hold on. I did not call my cousin a pussy, y'all. Now don't.
No. I was being a punk about it.
I didn't be racist.
I'm telling you, as a man, I could have avoided that situation. As the husband, and see, this is when you should really, sometimes people say when you're married, don't let your family in. And this, me and Amir have talked about this, because when you tell your family stuff, so if I go to Angel, Gabby cheated on me, and you know what? And what's up? For real? That's what's up. Okay, all right. Now I'm 2 days later, I'm taking Gabby back, and me and Gabby cool and everything's straight, but Angel's still mad. And then Angel done told the rest of the family. So now when I bring Gabby around, everybody treating Gabby like what? That's why people say you should keep other people or maybe your family out of business. Now, let me get back to the bitterness. A perfect example of bitterness is that, and I hate using movies, but it's because I know everybody can do it. I'm doing the parable. The movie with Taj, with Taraji, and when her husband was a scientist. Mm-hmm. Now, the problem that she was bitter is because she felt, even though he tried to get it right, he was like, I'm going to give you $10 million. He was like, now it's like, and it's messed up because it went so long that he was trying to get his idea and it finally took off. Now, sometimes you got to just say, now, yes, he did lose the family by missing a delivery. I'm talking about the movie. But anyway, the point of the matter is, I'm going to go back to my stain. When you can sometime walk past or meet that person or see that person, and you can honestly say in your head that I don't see that grape stain when I see them, that's when you're not being bitter. You're just over it. And you might just have your valid complaints. like she was talking about in the movie, what happened was in Snowfall, the husband was like a militant black guy. He was drinking all the time. He would come back, be cool, come back, drink. He was having post-traumatic stuff. Then what happened so Franklin as a son was growing up like, I can't stand this dude. I can't stand this dude. Then he finally got cleaned up and came back and was like, yo, babe, I'm willing to work and do whatever. Well, you ain't got that far yet, maybe. And he was like, I'm willing to work and all this type of stuff. But anyway, the point of the matter is, Angel, I think sometimes women, when you're like, okay, you move from having an emotional conversation to an informational conversation. The reason you can tell an emotional conversation, like right now, when we all get emotional, we all get hyped. We yelling, we screaming, we like, oh my gosh. But then when we're talking facts, like Sean has been doing really good at just talking facts. Sean has really been the most non-emotional person. He's just like, this is what I believe in, this and this and that, and that's and that. What happens is when, as people, we go from emotional conversations to informational conversations. But what you don't know is that your body is hardwired to, once you have an emotional conversation, you now want to have a physical confrontation. And people don't get that. So the minute you start talking and you start, like, think about it. Next time you think about it, you're in an argument and something, you start antsy. Your body, you can't sit still. You want to do something. That is your body. And with most men, that's why y'all say we stupid. Because why? I can be straight up mad at Amir. We get in a drop dead fight. And the minute we finish the fight, we good.
Sure is.
Y'all don't understand that, because all it was is a lot of energy, and I didn't know how. And because because we are classified that way, but it is true, most men don't know how to deal with their emotions. We want to fight, but the minute we finish and we're all finished out, we're not mad no more. It's the same thing. It's the same principle when you whoop your child, and you're like, now you might be mad when you whoop them, but the minute you whoop and you feel like you got your point across, you're not mad no more. You almost like, man, that hurt me more than it hurt you. And you like, no, it didn't, because you was whipping my butt. But they were just like, but I want you to understand this point. Acrimony, that's the movie. You're right. And that's what it comes down to. And when you're bitter is when you always see that stain. That's bitterness. You walk past that stain. It could be 30 years later. That's that stain that William drank that. Mama, I did that in 1914. Well, I don't care. I can still see the same like it happened last night. That's bitterness. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, like even in Acrimony, she had a little bit of justified bitterness, but
no, she didn't.
No, hold on. I'm about to revise what I'm saying. It's almost this way. The best way I can explain it is when if anybody's been cheated on and then you take them back, you cannot be upset at them for what they did if you take them back. That's the decision that you made. That's the decision that you decide to make. Now, don't get mad because you didn't sit in a dark room and have a true, honest situation with your conversation with yourself and say how it feels. And see, that's the same way with God. You have a moment of escape. You have a moment of escape. And a lot of people don't do that. And when they do, I do think that, Ms. Foster, that men aren't wired to use words sometimes, or we cry differently. Like some men, when they cry, they go out and they build something. They go out and they create something. They go out and they destroy something. You know, they go shoot up something. They get physical. That's why most men will tell you, I can have a great conversation throwing a football with Amir. Or me and William, we have our best conversation sometimes when I'm driving. And I don't have to necessarily straight up sit down and pay attention to him. We're just talking over while I'm driving. So, we're working. You know, like we're cleaning up something in the house together and we'll have a conversation. Then we'll sit down and fill out and finish it out. Where most women will just be like, I just want to talk. And I just want to sit there and be on the phone and talk for hours and hours about the same point. And that's why you do that way. It's even the way that we explain each other and stuff. Okay, so now we done took that too long. But that was an excellent point about being independent. Because we're getting there. We're like 9:35. We're getting into it. Do men really look for... do you think chivalry is dead? I don't think a lot of women let us be chivalry.
I'm about to say it's not dead, but it's scarce.
It's scarce. That's a way better answer.
I also think that women are not requiring chivalry anymore. It's not dead. It's just not a requirement because girls would rather you give me the password to your phone. Or girls are out here like I want you to stop liking other people's pictures because we had to remember when I come down here, there's the when Aunt Dorinda had her conference in Tampa. This is a perfect example. She had a conference in Tampa. We always had this security detail that watched us everywhere we went. They drove us everywhere. We needed to go anywhere. That's where we was. And I was with Stacy, Uncle Stacy. That was my uncle, huge dude. If I'm walking around with him, you're not going to bother me. Now, Stacy is very much like, I'm opening the door. You're gonna walk behind me. You're gonna walk next to me. And a few times, and it's not a security thing. This is how I figured it out. A few times we would pull up somewhere and just naturally, because I'm there for work, I would just go get out the car. And a couple of times I would go to pull the handle and push the door open. And he would already, by the time the door swung open, he'd be standing there like, did you touch the door?
Right.
Close the door and let me open it for you. I need you to relax. Like he would have to remind me, like, let him do it. You know, like sometimes we don't, in some situations, we don't require it. Now, for me, I expect you to do it, but I'm not about to wait for you to decide. I'm not about to wait for you to see if you have my permission. If you're gonna open the door for me, if you're gonna open the door for me, you're gonna beat me to the door so you can open it. You're not gonna let me walk all the way to the door and then stand there while you walking slow, trying to make sure everybody gets a good glance at your outfit. You're gonna beat me to the door so you can open it for me. If we pull up to the gas station and you gonna let me get out the car, or you gonna go ahead and do it. You're gonna say, hey, how much do you want on here, or whatever. Like in those situations, you gotta decide you want to be chivalrous. That's for me personally.
No, I totally agree with you. I think it's a little bit of all three. I think it's what Amir said. Women don't require it, and it's scarce. I do think, and I don't think women give us some of the men that it's really not taught. You have to understand that there is a level of generation that has not been taught, like Amir said. Stepping on the outside. Opening the door, and then meaning what they say. Like, no, Angel, don't open the door if I'm, I don't mean this in the bad sense, ladies, but I mean training you, just like y'all train us to wear certain clothes, or whatever. Like,
it's a bad word. It sounds like a bad word to use. It sounds like a bad word to use, but that's true. I had to learn that if I am with Uncle Stacy, I cannot open the doors.
But I think people they're not open to that. They're not teachable. And I think on both sides, some men need to be taught that their emotions matter, that they can use them in a different way, and it doesn't have to be physical. I can sit here and have a conversation and say, Amir, I love you, man. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have to say, I can say, Amir, man, you smell good. What you wearing? No homo. I don't have to say that.
That is unnecessary.
No, but I'm just saying. But I think but guys don't understand that. Whereas, and on the other side, some women are taking, and that's like Cardi B and WAP. And even I love Jasmine Sullivan, but her taking and saying that women's sexuality needs to be pushed out a little bit more. I get it that women are sexual beings and things of that nature, but that at that point, sometimes you're not allowing a man, or like it's the same thing as like some people that says some women are too aggressive. And it's not that but I get what you're saying. You're like, okay, how long am I supposed to wait for this guy that he might want to talk to me and I don't want to talk to me, blah, 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 blah. How long do I wait before I say, well, hey, dude, you can talk to me if you want to?
So I have a situation where I got two different, from two different guys, I got two different answers. Okay. I want to hear what y'all think. I think, Amir, I did tell you this, but I I had to go to a gas station to put air in my tires.
Right.
Okay. I was in the car with two young men.
How young?
Two young men.
How young were they?
They were between the ages of 20 and 25.
Okay.
Both of them. Okay. So they were two young men. They were musicians from church. We had just left church. I had to put air in my tires.
That's terrible.
I got out of my car and put air in 3 of my tires before one of them got out and said, "Hey, let me do that." And I looked up at him and I said, "Get back in the car."
See, first
now,
of all,
I was met at that point with, on one side, they were like, "You didn't have to do him like that. He was trying to help." On the other side of it, you see that face right there? On the other side of it, it's like, you let me put air in 3 tires.
Okay, first of all, why is you even getting out the car? Okay, look.
But that's what I'm saying.
See what I'm saying?
They knew why I was pulling up to the gas. I said, "Hey guys, I got it. Before I take you back, I gotta stop at the gas station and put some air in these tires." That's what I made the announcement. And so when I pulled up, they let me get out the car, and I got around to the 3rd tire before one of them said, "Hey, you got a skirt on. Let me." I was like, I always have a skirt when I'm with
on.
Yeah, he told me he wanted to help me because I had a skirt on.
But see, Georgia, on the other side, I done filled 3 tires already. But and Gabby, I want you to chime in on this. But I see, the thing is, I do think there's I hate to see guys, like I thought this one time, I saw 4 young dudes outside and a tire needed to be changed. Like, none of y'all know how to change a tire, not even try.
That's ridiculous.
But nothing. So I'm gonna chalk that one up to a piece of everything. I do think that some women don't allow them to do it because they're like, "I'm a woman, I can do anything. I can do anything just like a man," and this and that and true. All right, then, girl.
That's what I was met with. That.
Right, but
I'm like, why? I'm not. It's not that I believe I can do anything, but you let me fill 3 tires already. I got 1 more to do.
Well, at that point, you was already upset. I got that point, but at that point you was upset. To me, you had a right.
But she should have been upset when she had to open the door and step out.
Exactly. See, that's because Amir got home training. That's because Amir got home training.
Because why would you let her put air in 3 tires before you got out? And I don't care what your friends have to say. Oh, he was trying to help. You were trying to help. How are you trying to help? And I've done the tires already.
Exactly. Gabby, what you think?
Fight me, bro.
Look, he mad. They didn't let my sister.
Amir is upset. Amir is mad. Amir is.
It is terrible.
But after that, the other one, the one that didn't get out of the car, was so embarrassed.
Right.
He apologized to me later, and whenever I had to pull up to the gas station, he got out. Like, he would get out before I hit the brakes. He would open the door. I'm like,
well, what do you think, Gabby?
Go ahead.
About this situation in particular, I don't know. Angela and I have talked about it. You shouldn't have gotten out the car. Like, you shouldn't have had to. Now, am I one of those women that I think I know how to do everything that, not everything a man can do, but as it comes to my car, yeah, I can take care of myself when it comes to my car. Right. Do I always need to or want to? No.
Right.
And so I think that if a man is in the position to take the lead on some things, I'm going to let him.
Okay.
But I was raised by 3 single Black women that, we had to do a lot of the things around the house.
Right.
And so, that's just what was.
No,
my stepfather now, he doesn't let us do a lot of those things.
Right.
Now, he's one man for a whole family, so he can't do everything. But still.
But I think there's nothing wrong with teaching. Even the other night when we were talking about car stuff, I think it should be taught. I do think that those things that you should be familiar with, because if something happens and I'm not around, or me, I'm starting to speak like a father at that point. But we're not around to help or whatever. you know, but see, I'm old school. Like, I mean, Angel, no, Amir, no, I mean, Gabby, you know, I moved to where I moved because of my aunt, you know, that I could do, like, perfect example, the snow day, I had to go to work, and the you know, young buck, he did a little bit of the snow, but you know, he right. So I had to fix that. Then I ran over to my aunt's house. Did
right.
He tried. And so he tried. He go bless his heart.
He did his best.
Like one day it snowed, and we have an older lady that lives on this side, one of the sides, and I do it without even like the lady. This like when I first did it, it snowed, and the first did it. She came out, baby. What do I need to give you? I looked at her like, are you crazy? I ain't gonna. Grandmother, come out the grave and beat me. I'll take something from you. Now she did offer to cook. I'll take some food. Now she was like, baby, I'll make you something. I'm like, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But that's just the way that I am. Now it's a young girl that lives on this side. I don't touch her stuff. If she got dudes going up in there all day, they should be able to handle that. I don't. But now the older lady, I think it's her and her mother on this side, I do it. And so like the other day I told him like, he walked over our snow, shoveled their snow, came back and walked over our snow and came in the house. I was like, okay, I mean, you did her snow, I'm fine. But I don't think that a lot of young men are trained. I do think that they don't, you know, because, I mean, it's the same thing that we say about, and I don't mean this the wrong way, ladies. So please, I'm not trying to offend any single moms, but I do know, just like there's single fathers out here that were young, so they didn't understand certain things or know certain things. So when Big Mama is 36, you know, and, you know, you 15 years younger because of whatever issues. And again, I don't mean this in an offensive way. I know people have
absolutely
or whatever, but then it's a little bit of different of the training that goes in. So I kind of chalk it up to a lot of things too. And they don't, you know, like women, there is this big, I mean, you know, there's a bunch of, this is like a stud revolution of these girls that just want to look hard. They don't want to dress a certain way. They comfortable with looking like a boy and stuff like that. And I'm not saying you got to be this, you know, ultra frilly type girl, but you know, you getting the, you know, now if you're rocking a shortcut and the shortcut is cute, hey, I got you. But you know, it's cats talking about they want to fade better than me, and you know, but that's a whole nother topic. I'm sorry. I hope, like I said, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I really don't want y'all to think I'm like that. I'm not.
At this point, we're not saying that no more. Oh, we understand. Right. We're not trying to offend nobody. That's keep on.
All right, so let's go. Let's get a couple of more.
If you get offended, I'm sorry. Check the
your offense is the choice.
So we got.
It's you to open up the hood and do some checking.
This is a good one, but it's funny because I really want to know like 26 and up instead of those. Okay, I don't know who asked this question and I don't know how old they are, but they said, why am I only attracting the older men? Like 28. If you think 28 is old,
are you 14?
Jesus. But it's no name on it. So it says, why am I only attracting the older men like 28 and up instead of those? Oh, okay, all right. Except those my age around the early 20s. I'm gonna say this: if you're attracting older men and like 20, okay, like if you were saying 30 to 40, I would say you're more of Angel type. And what I mean is, Angel was raised a certain way. Angel carries herself a certain way. So older men, like she can cook, she know, like Angel know how to serve a guy because you know, like my aunt is like, you got to understand. I'm spoiled in the sense of my aunt.
He's very spoiled.
Like, and plus my aunt is at an age in her life where she likes to do some of the things. Like my aunt will cook, you know, like a week of food for she does it for her sisters too. So it's not like she just does it for me, but she will do that. But I serve a purpose. I clean the refrigerator out. So I'm a single brother. So any leftovers, like cooking with Aunt Jackie, oh, I get all that.
That food go to market.
That food come to me. Okay, me and that boy right back there, and we tear it up. So I'm not gonna lie, but that's what I mean. You probably have a demeanor. You probably are giving off the vibe of a wife type.
Absolutely.
And that's why men are like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about. You probably not wearing leggings. You probably ain't out there showing your booty every 5 minutes. You probably talk like you got some sense. You probably dress like you got some sense. And the only reason I say that is because then you say why I'm not attracting those around my age, the early 20s. Them brothers around the 20s, they ain't thinking about that. They trying to, get with the nice little Instagram girl. So to be honest, it's probably a compliment that these older men. Now, again, I'm not telling you to go with older men. You probably think, hey, back up, brother. But that's what you're getting. Like I said, I'm partial to Angel because that's my cousin. I love her, so I know the type of person that she is. I know who raised her. I know, like you'll be amazed at like when you sit down and the woman is like, oh, like Auntie Kelly, and okay, we don't have a lot of aunts like that. There's like the core aunts, and then there's like what we call like the the play aunts, but they like aunts.
We got the secondary family.
Yeah, like a secondary, the ones that whooped us, or the ones that's weird, like
the village.
Thank you, Angel. Village. So you got somebody like Auntie Kelly, Auntie Dolly, who literally half of them probably raised us, wiped us, cleaned us, fed us. They treat us a certain way, so we understand it. And then you got some of the younger ones who just that don't understand it. So Angel is from an ilk of you can just, Angel will, like Mark, sit down. I'm gonna make you a plate. Like she'll make me sit down and make a plate. I'm like, no, let me get it, Angel. She'll be like, no, sit down. I'm gonna make you a plate. Here goes something to drink. Willie, come, you sit down.
It makes me so mad that I have to keep telling you.
Right, but I'm not used to. But see that is a little bit different because I'm a dad. So I'm used, and then I'm a single father too. So when I get, like I totally get what Gabby understands. When I come in the house, I hit the house running. I got to make dinner. Did I call in to pull the food out? Do I got to thaw it out? Do I got to go back out and pick up something? So it's a little bit different for me. So everybody has different situations and different things, and I'm loving to hear these things. Somebody's getting mean when Mir see them in the streets. Miss Victoria says, "Listen, she's totally a mothering type." That's good. But then you have it when it goes, and I don't necessarily in Angel's case when it goes too far, when these guys wanting y'all to be their mamas. And see, that's when, as ladies, y'all got to be like, hold on, y'all got to stop. Like, I want to say something I was saying closed company, but I just think I shouldn't say it anyway. But make these gentlemen work for the affection that y'all giving them. Okay, make these gentlemen work for it. You know what? Like my pastor says this, and I still crack up when he say this. He said, "Don't be giving them women just random. Like I always say, sweetheart or dear. I do. I love that. I'm just that type of guy. But my pastor was like, don't be giving them girls no free compliments. Make them earn them. And I'm saying the same thing. Don't be giving these dudes leeway. Make them earn it. Make them, and I ain't saying earn it. I'm just saying make them earn your affection. And I think a lot of times on both sides of the equation, sometimes some men are so, either like I say, thirsty or whatever, if they're willing to deal with anything. And then there's some women that don't want to make these dudes, work for it. And I think, because everybody is in such a, like we're so void of physical contact and our social detachment that we're going through now. I think a lot of people, and it's always been that way too, though. But make these guys work for it, ladies. And
that's true. Make them work for it. Make them work for it.
Like y'all make us like we got to work for y'all too. You know what I'm saying? And I think what Amir says. Amir says it all the time. Of what he says is it's your personal perspective. It's all perspective. Your personal reality. I have to verify. No matter what I do, if I talk to somebody like Gabby, I have to understand that she was raised in a single parent home. So she might have a little bit of more independence issues that I might have to work with. But this is what I say, and this is the truth. When you're dating, you do not have to deal with that. If you don't want to deal with it, peace, I'm on to the next situation. Now, once you get married, that's it. When I get before that stage, and I promise to deal with you where you're at right now. Now, I would hope that both of you are progressing in your relationship. And I mean that even in a relationship. Quit playing house. Quit allowing these guys to play house with y'all. I'm hearing stories that these dudes be trying to get with these girls because they want they got a place to live. And because most of the time, most women are, I'm going to say most women, unless it's an entrepreneurial type man, and he's just really trying to hustle. And I'm not even in a bad way. He's just going from one, idea to the next idea, and he's really trying to get it together. And he's not there. I can understand that guy saying, I'm at home with my mom and this and that, but his character is going to speak for him. He's going to make sure that snow is shoveled. He's going to be taking out that garbage. He's going to be, you know, my mom is taking care of. I'm sorry, miss, I got to go take care of something at home right quick, but blah, 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 blah. He's going to show himself and prove himself. You guys got to be looking for that, you know? And I mean, it's too, like when you get married, one of the big things that I hear with marriage, and I did it, I got lost in my marriage. I was so comfortable. I hit what I thought was my goal, the 2.5 kid. I live in the suburb. I got this. I'm working a good plant job, and I'm putting the wife through school, you know, but I relaxed. I didn't now. So now when my wife was progressing, or my ex, you know, whatever, she's moving along because she's progressing in knowledge and learning and going things. I'm still down here. We should both be progressing. You should both be progressing together. The Bible speaks on it. We're going from faith to faith and glory to glory. Then that's how we should be in our life, in our relationships. You know, you should be taking inventory every year. You should be, if you're with somebody. He should be valuing your opinion. He should be creating and cultivating an environment and an atmosphere for you to grow. Men are the tillers, women are the ground. So he should be creating an environment. When you come to the situation, see, that's what I do. I want to be when I walk in a room, I want to be a life-bringing force. That's what I feel a man should do. And I think women should do that too. We should be, as Christians or as people of faith, we should bring life to the room. Even if we don't say nothing, they should be like, man, something different about him here. I don't even know where he come from. They should know something different before you even open your mouth. The way you carry yourself, the way you walk, the way you dress. So ladies, don't be ashamed to cover that stuff up. Men, don't be ashamed to be who you gonna be. And it's when you bring that life-bringing force, when you bring it into the room, then yeah, you make these people respect and value what you bring to the situation. I know it's a bunch of ladies that's bringing things to the situation out there. Now, does it mean you can't be corrected? And I mean that for men too. Does it mean you can't be trained? I mean that in the best way. Does it mean you can't be taught? But what I'm saying is I think a lot of people I'm just okay. No, we all should be progressing. We all should be learning. We should hopefully be doing it together in our relationships. And I'm saying stop this superficial stuff. When you dating somebody, start asking them real questions. If you had kids right now, do you whoop them? You know, what is your 5-year goal plan? What is your next year goal plan? If you ain't got a 5-year, what's your next 6-month goal plan, my man? What are you trying to do in the next 6 months? What are you trying to do, young lady, in the next 6 months? You know, if you're working on a goal, then I want to see some of your goals. Maybe I can help you get to those goals. And maybe you can help me get to those goals. So now we're a team. Now we're a real power couple. You know, before the power come. And if the power don't never come, y'all have, and see, it's just like with anything. As you're working together in a relationship, and not great. And then what's so funny is it's coming from somebody who had a failed relationship. So these are the things that you notice and you see. So you just, make both sides of the equation work for and things like that nature. So, man, that was a great question. So let's see what we got. Let's see if we can get some quick ones. Why do men over exaggerate when they tell stories? Because we want to act like we know everything.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun.
Okay, here go a risque one. Here go a risque
one. Is that so?
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta embellish a little bit. Sometimes it just makes the story.
Tell him, Sean. Tell him.
I'm saying sometimes you just add a little spice to it, and it takes your story to a whole nother level. I'm telling you, a whole nother level.
So that explains the frustration with my questions and my follow-ups, because you really lying about the information.
No.
You really sitting on.
No.
This is what
for me. Lying would be if I just either added a whole nother detail or I omitted a whole detail. Now, for me, it would be adding words. I'm good with words. I love the dictionary, so I'm gonna add some spice words in there, and it's be like, ooh.
He said, "Ooh."
Nice.
But I'm telling you what. But from men, and I've said this before, most men are gonna lie the first 3 times, and I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just like, Renzo, are you doing good? Yeah. Okay, Renzo, you doing good? Yeah, I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm good.
Did you eat today?
Yeah, did I? No. Yeah, maybe. So we're gonna do that for the first couple times. Then it'll be like boom, then we'll come out. But because again, men, we cry differently, we express differently, and we are 2 different beings, and I think people need to understand that. So all right, let's go. And Georgia says, okay, that's nice. Lying is embellishing. Yeah, it is. Man, I ain't gonna trip. All right. I'm a single mom. Okay, that's a heavy question. We're gonna do a couple light questions. Why can't men commit? Because we always think the next one is coming around the corner. Most of the time, Mir, when I talked to him yesterday, just lying. Oh, Miss Strickland said you just lying, Mir.
So
no, I'm just saying that was just
what age does that stop, Marky?
What do you mean, lying or commit?
The commitment part. Because you always think the next one is around the corner. When do that stop?
Till we get burnt. Till the one girl that we should have kept leaves us, and then we see him with a better person, and then we recognize we should have acted right. And it's just the way it happens. It's just because maturity does not happen until a situation makes you mature.
Mm-hmm.
So you never really step up until you have to step up. And it's just unfortunate because nobody sits there and says, God, give me the pain. I'm going to grow. Nobody ever does that. God just says, here's the pain. And then you decide to step up or you decide to move on. So a lot of times guys are, or we're unsure of ourselves. We still, some guys, I'm going to say a very few, and Amir and Sean, please chime in if y'all think so too. A small percent are sowing their royal oats. Okay. So you just got some guys that are just horn dogs and they're just going to go through it. I mean, just like I'm not going to say it, but it's just like some women that are very promiscuous and they just got to go through it. They got to get it out their system. I don't know why, but it just wasn't that way for me. Like like I said, I did not sleep with different women because it was just luck. I chose to be the life that I'm at, but it also came with the cost. It came with the cost of me not understanding a lot of different things about relationships. Like I said, my ex was my longest relationship I had ever been in, and that was 15, 16 years. So, and that was only the third person. So again, a lot of situations don't change until you're forced to change, unfortunately. And then you hopefully get mature, or you might have to go through it a couple times before you get mature. I mean, I'm sure there's some women that, I had to go through a couple of things before they were able to say, okay, I'm comfortable with being myself, or I'm comfortable with dealing with this, or I'm comfortable being celibate. I'm comfortable with going. It takes some trial and error of them long, lonely nights of dealing with those type of things. So
I think with that, we oftentimes confuse commitment with companionship. Sometimes we just don't want to be alone. And so we'll fake the funk until we can get what we want. And then it's like, the Angel knows I didn't really want to do that in the first place. I just didn't want to be by myself. Shut up, Angel. I just didn't want to be by myself.
I didn't even say that.
No, tell the truth. Tell the truth. I done seen Negroes get up at 2:00 in the morning and call a chick because they didn't want to be by themselves. And it'd be like that. It'd be like that too.
I used to get annoyed by my ex, and I used to call Angel. I used to text Angel, be like, "Yo, call me in 2 minutes so I can have a reason to get off this phone." I used to get annoyed because what she wanted was commitment, and she wouldn't do it. What she wanted was commitment, but I just wanted companionship. I just didn't want to be alone where I was. I didn't want to continue being lonely, but she thought it was something more, and I'm like, no, that's not what I want. I just want to say what's up. And now it's a whole nother thing because you've gotten the two confused. But it's my fault that you've gotten the two confused because I made you think that we were on the same page.
And you know what? Sid put a question: why don't men just admit they just want companionship? Women don't do it either, though. Let's be fair, because all of us, every last one of y'all, got one dude that is just the voice. You don't want that one person that you call when you don't want to talk to your best friend, your cousin, your brother. You want to hear that voice on the phone. You just want to hear that voice. It ain't nothing serious. Ain't nothing. I ended up dating my voice for 2 years. It wasn't even supposed to get that far. You were supposed to just be a voice on the phone that I called when I needed to hear a voice on the phone, okay?
And the next thing you know, we hooked up.
We all have one.
I'm the exception because I don't have a voice.
Oh, girl, shut up. You
Wait a minute, Gabby. Okay, now hold on, Gabby. We've been being nice. We've been being nice to the producer
We
extraordinaire.
have been real
Oh, shut up. You lying. If you don't have, if you say
I'm not lying.
Gabby, you don't have one. Gabby, you don't have one guy who sex is off the table. You might hug him. You might go eat
just
breakfast.
like hearing them talk.
You just like hearing them talk. You don't have.
Gabby, you thinking about him right now?
No, I used to.
You gonna see how you look and see the
Exactly. Gabby,
We all do. We all do.
No, but not anymore.
We won't say his name. We won't say his name.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing
But
that.
what I'm saying is, Gabby, you cannot say you don't have one because yes, you do. You might not call him anymore. That's different. Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. You might not call him anymore because you might be in a place where I don't need to call him no more. But you got one that you can call. Okay, so going back to stage.
Your children are watching, ma'am.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Miss Ramsey says, I just need you to bring me some food, please. And then, but I like Victoria's point. Victoria is a really good one. She says, and I hope I'm reading it right. Then how come when they voice they want that, and you do too, and the vibes are there, they want to play? Why is that? I think because y'all were in the friend zone, y'all tried to come out the friend zone, and even though it don't mix sometimes. Like that's why it needs to be an interview process. That's why it needs to be a conversation needs to be said. Because sometimes, okay, like it's almost like Biggie's song. Why you blowing up my spot? Because we both got hot. You can't go off of that emotion. Okay. Attraction is only supposed to hold you long enough for you to get to information about the person. All right. I see Angel. Angel's cute. She's got the nice hair. She's got her eyes on. Yes, she's got her natural hair. She's got her eyes on. I mean, she got her shoulders out. How you doing, baby boo? Boom, boom, boom. I'm being managed too. Like, you know what? Come on. Let me get that number. Come on. You know, I'm just.
What Aunt Twinkie do? What Aunt Twinkie do?
Right. Oh, sure. Look. There we go. Right. So at this point, I'm being managed, and I'm trying to answer Victoria's question. So I'm being managed. So now, where it happens after that is what happens. Now we tend to, not us men, I'm just saying period, conversational wise, we tend to put people in certain zones. So now if sex is off the table and I'm just the voice, what'll happen is you will mistake the intimacy of your conversation as friends as intimacy switched over to this romantic side.
Yeah, that's good.
And people, then they mix that up. So it's like, yeah, so yeah, I can talk to Angel and I can even say, well, yeah, Angel, you know, like, and I'm gonna get real. So like, Angel, yeah, you know, me and the missus, and I couldn't even get it up. And Angel be like, what? And you know, well, maybe she just need to talk to you. And so now let's say we talking, and then all of a sudden I'm letting my girlfriend go, and I'm playing around with Angel. I'm saying little slick stuff and trying to see what can get past and what can happen. And well, you know, Angel, you know, well, you know, it's just hard right now. You know, it's hard. And, is it hard or is it hard? Now we flirting and now what's happening is we're mixing the emotion of the intimacy. Well, I can do that with you because you're my cousin.
That has happened multiple times.
I will knock a brother out if they thought, now I'll call Michael and we'll go over there and take care of somebody real quick, like, okay. So anyway,
don't worry.
Right. But the point
I have a question. Now, can I put this point in too?
Sure.
I think I think we might be saying the same thing. I might drive it with this too. Is the chemistry is going to shift when you name it something else. The chemistry always shifts when you name it something else, because it's not, you know, you can go in and be like, you know what, I like you, you know, I like you too. Let's try it. Let's try it out. And speaking from a female standpoint, I can then make the same phone call that I make every day. Hey, I'm just checking and see how you doing. You okay? That can now, as your girlfriend, can sound like I'm digging for something.
Right.
That can now sound like, you know, something else. When it's, as your friend, I was always doing this.
Right.
But as the girlfriend, it can sound like something, and even the inflection of our voices can change when the relationship status has shifted. I can go from, hey, you all right? I was just checking to see if and then go, hey, are you okay?
Oh, Angel got a speaking voice on her.
Angel got a mouthpiece. Angel is for real.
She got a voice on her.
But hold on.
So I can't know because and Amir has been doing that to me since I started working at my job. And there's a reason. Sidebar. There's a reason for that. If I am at work, if you get up at 2 a.m, right, Marky?
Mm-hmm.
At 2 a.m, if you get to work by 3 a.m, okay, 3 a.m. Do you want to hear somebody say, everybody get in the door? Or do you want to be like, hey, everybody, do you want to hear, good morning, everyone? If you would please be so kind to just come through this door. Which one do you want to hear?
Right. I understand what you're saying.
So I'm not, they called me at work. They called me a phone sex operator.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Angel. Okay, first of all. Okay, everybody stop. Everybody stop.
And then they said your customers never miss their flight because they say your customers never miss their flight because you make the announcement for
Angel,
them.
have you ever heard you talk professional? You have never listened to yourself talk professional. Marky. You've never, it's almost like when you sing, it's different than when you listen to it than when other people listen to it. Angel, you have one of the most melodic voices. And you don't recognize it. You would just, hello, everyone. How are you doing this morning? Yes.
Period.
It's just period. Angel, that's just what it is. Like when you were doing your reading one time, and when you were just, I'm in the kitchen and I'm just like, who is, huh? And I'm thinking it's a Spike Lee movie. Like, you push 3 if you want kisses. Press 5. I'm like, who is that? So, I'm just saying, and look at her face. Okay, hold on, but it's been some good
questions. This has just gone left.
Yeah, it's been a rabbit hole, but hold on.
What my point was,
right,
is when we switch roles.
Yeah.
When we switch roles, the mindset in that role is different.
Well, it's biblical.
When you start off as friends, everything is comfortable.
Well, see, it's biblical.
Just friends.
Well, it's biblical. It's biblical, Angel. It's biblical. Mm-hmm. It's what people. Okay, real quick, 2-second Bible study. When God told Adam to name the animals, to this day they're the same name. And as long as he was doing what God told him to do when he was living by that life, that prophetic went out. That's why when Victoria says, I love what she said. She said, I feel like titles shouldn't change things. Why is the title so scary? Carry on as we have. Because when we put titles on something, responsibility kicks. That's why cheating is so fun. It ain't no responsibility. You call them up, oh girl, yeah, boom, we gonna smash, boom, we gonna do this. Boom, we gonna fly to Florida. Yo ain't gonna know. But the minute you start saying that's your boyfriend, hey, hold on a second. I don't know you like that. That's why just like when you're friends and what it goes to what Angel's point is correct. When you're just chilling and y'all friend, that's why when y'all friend zone and that's why people like, we love those shows like Who's the Boss, where they were friends for so long and they gonna kiss. They gonna kiss one day, they gonna kiss. And then when they first kissed, even they was just like, or maybe, or that's why all these things mix up, because like Angel said, you're mixing and matching these different emotions and they mean different things. You're starting to act, you're talking about responsibility. Everything is fun until the responsibility hit. That's like, it's fun to somebody get pregnant. It's just, it's fun.
You think about it though, when you add the title, that is a whole other element. That is me dropping something else from a syringe into this solution that we have made. You know, that if you think you got these two people that have you in the lab, you got these two chemicals here and they're fine. You put them both in the same cylinder that's you guys coming together, but now you have that's your friendship.
Right.
But now you have added a drop of relationship in it. It is no longer platonic. It is now romantic.
What if I can't say what I say?
The entire solution.
You're right, Angel. Well, I can't say what I want to say before. I can't. I love. And even if it's myself,
I have to censor myself now, and I can't. I gotta be careful that it doesn't look like I'm trying to hide something.
Right.
Because
Or
I can't go from talking about how you can't talk if you want to date me. That's why I just say if you ever think you want to date me, don't talk to me about other girls. Period. It don't have nothing to do with me being insecure, but you're not finna talk about nobody's booty and titties to me and think that I'm about to just be cool with it. And then you go, all right, so when we gonna
Right. Well, I think that's one of the best ones. I think the best relationships when they just happen, and that's why they're so great when it just happens, because nobody forced anything, nobody tried to do anything. Even if he was just like, I thought you were cute and we talked, or I thought you were cute and we talked, and it just flowed from there. But yeah, when you friends, very few and far between have I seen friends go from friends to relationships. Very few and far between. Then sometimes it'll be the other ones. And I think we get into our 2-hour mark and I try to wrap them up. But once again, we barely hit these questions. We did pretty good. I mean,
we gotta do another one. We're gonna do
another one.
I wanted to add on to Angel's point, what she was saying. When you change between relationships, you have to think of it like a contract. One thing, you sign a certain contract, you know the terms, the obligations, what you're signing up for. And when you renew it, you're getting another contract for another thing that you're signing up for. And what that contract requires, you may not have all of that because you may not have all of what you need of it, but you had it in the other one. So you have to figure out how do I meet the terms and the rules of this contract, because I don't have that. So that's the way I would think about it.
Boy, if it ain't the young black Dr. Phil.
It's a relationship agreement. That's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
I ain't had but one relationship, but we're not going to talk about that. Amen. Praise God.
It's coming, Sean. In a minute, look, Sean. I don't know what y'all talking about, ladies, but Sean got all cleaned up for y'all. He got that haircut. He got them glasses on. He got the lights in the background. Go ahead, Sean. Set a mood. Turn them to blue. Be like, turn them off. Put on some Teddy Pendergrass.
On the record,
horn. Oh, snap. The boy. Hey, y'all better.
Got some vinyl?
You got some vinyl? Look at you. He ready. I'm telling y'all, he ready.
No, I'm not ready.
Hey, you is. Ready. Look, he trying to
be.
Look, hey, Amir, he ain't trying to play that game on us. Look, he got the lights in the back.
I am not ready, okay? Y'all not going to do this to me.
He got the little bit of the bed in the back, and then he pull out Lena Horn. Misty, stormy weather. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, we go
time for me to go.
It is about time. I told you we get a little crazy after the second hour. I don't know what's up. We be losing our brains after that. First of all, as always, we want to thank our illustrious CEO for popping in and giving us some. Give her some.
Guys.
We appreciate her.
I'm just trying to figure out what a man is, because I mean, who she getting fired for?
Lovely Gabby extraordinaire.
I'm waiting. I'm still waiting.
Big Gabby, I'm serious. I love you some fierce.
Mommy.
I really appreciate y'all. To the young Dr. Phil, and to the young black Dr. Phil and the middle-aged wise Uncle Mir, I appreciate y'all letting the old men in this conversation. And to all the lovely ladies and Jay Deere who stepped in for a second, and to the Mrs. Stricklands and the Sheriff Free. I know I'm messing y'all names up. Miss Danielle, Giovanni, Miss Epps, Miss Wyson, all y'all, Georgia. I gotta give shout outs to the Jasmine, Miss Newey, Brianna. We gotta give shout out to y'all seriously because
that's really her name, Beyonce. That's really her name.
Miss Lee. But no, seriously, guys. Again, I appreciate everybody. Once again, we've had another lovely night. Seriously, y'all keeping this lonely old guy on his toes, and I appreciate y'all. I really do. If I catch one of y'all out in the streets, boy, y'all gonna have to let me loose or something, because boy, I am enjoying the conversations that I'm having.
You gonna get overrun if any of them catch you in the street.
I'll be all right.
Just so you know.
But again, and I say this every conversation, I really do. I appreciate the maturity of the conversations. Nobody really got out of pocket, and we ain't really have to censor nobody, which, it goes to show to the maturity level of the people that we're having conversations with. I'm telling you, I mean, I'll be at a plant all day and I've seen people. Miss Gray, I see you. I'm sorry, Mrs. Gray, I see you. But seriously, I enjoyed the maturity level of the conversation. I talked to some believe me, some people maybe 10 or 15 senior than y'all, and these folks can't get their minds wrapped around a simple topic without it going left. And I'm godly blessed to be in this network. I think we all are blessed by this wonderful entity that we can use to not only enjoy ourselves, but in meet and have great conversation. So again, and men, we're wrapping it up pretty soon. We got, I think, one more week. I think we got Black History is next Thursday. We just gonna shout out all the people that maybe some, people in your family, people that Mother Williams, Mother Jones, Brother so-and-so, Uncle whoever, I mean, even if y'all got pictures and y'all want to just show them, put that as y'all pictures, the person you might be representing for Black History Month, that we just remember, those who came before us and those who have allowed and showed us to be who we are. And I don't care if it's people of color or not. If you in this network, I don't care if you got somebody that you representing, and we gonna hype them up for Black History Month too. So because I know we have a lot of on this thing. I used to see what she said. What did Crystal say? Mirror about the who let Angel fill her tires immediately. But and I even that y'all put a cute little dent in my 1,000 questions. Thanks, no problem, sis. We know how you feel, girl. And we're gonna keep them. I'm not gonna get rid of these questions. This is something I kind of want to be a rolling thing, and guys, we're gonna try to do it for the ladies too.
Us too. We want y'all to keep going. I
really have enjoyed the questions. You guys really got me thinking about stuff, and even me and William have been having some conversations, after this about this type of stuff, and I really enjoy that. I enjoy anything that keeps us progressing. So again, everybody, please be safe. People that might be in southern states that are getting snow, and you guys are being safe. I want you guys to be that. To shout out to all our teachers out there, people that's taking care of our kids. We want to definitely do that. Appreciate y'all. To the students, all y'all working students, and the students that's just students, and just the good old people that's working in plants and just providing for the family. Shout out to y'all too. I love everybody. Be safe tonight. Have a good weekend. I know you guys got Bible study tomorrow. And, then we've got, I forgot what's up on Saturday, but we'll see it in a minute, I'm sure.
It'll be posted.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Y'all, and shout out to the admin again, one more time. Really.
Shout out to the marketing team. They're doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, man, I saw them on Instagram. Y'all make it sound like we know what we're talking about over here. In school, new age. What are you gonna do? You see a book. I'm like, oh shucks, go ahead. So marketing team, seriously, and again, I really want, and this is something that I know that I hope, Angel, if I'm speaking on the term, just correct me. But I love that this is what, for lack of a better way to explain it, this is what church was for me, where we got to try and to learn all these different things and do these different things before we had to go out to the main world. Every secular singer in the world, I grew up in the church. I had to sing in the church, and we put people on front. Like, look at Sean. Sean is shining like a bright shining star. Out on Front Street, and he is shining. Amir was real quiet, and now he's kind of coming out of his shell. Gabby, we see Gabby throw up the fist every once in a while, and we love it for her. And Angel is just Angel, who she just always is. So this is where we're gonna develop ourselves, so that when we branch out and go to different things, we will be what the excellent and the better people that God wants us to be. So please, everybody, be safe. Have a lovely evening. I love you guys. Can't wait to see you again. And that's it. Peace out.
Bye. Hit the outro.
Walking down the road of life. try.